All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to the WTCF podcast. It's Charlie here, and Merry Christmas. This is the day that it should be coming out. Happy holidays, whatever else. It's just honestly just to be nice. Whatever you celebrate is awesome. Spend time with your family, eat some good food, and enjoy the end of 2024. Want to get into this week's intention. Maybe this is something that helps you. A flower does not compete with another flower, it just blooms. So a lot of us make comparisons to like the Joneses. It was a thing when I was growing up. People would try to keep up with the Joneses, and I think there's an argument right away where saying like, flowers of course compete with each other. They're trying to stretch up higher to the sun. It's like, yes, so they can ensure that they're living, but usually when plants are blooming, they're at their like peak for themselves, right? This is like their moment where they can start their reproductive pieces. This is where it starts to draw in other life like bees and stuff to go ahead and help pollinate. So, and actually, it's some of the most enjoyable pieces for us because again, the spectrum of color that we see is not as wide as it could have potentially been, but it's really cool that we can interpret colors and see things in such a way that it can be very pretty. Also, I've come to realize that like if we just looked across the plane of everybody trying to just fight for each other, um, it doesn't seem to be as mesmerizingly nice in such a way. So again, some plants are going to grow up a little bit taller than others. Some are going to be a little bit shorter, but it doesn't take away for their ability to potentially bloom as well as they can. So we struggle so much with comparison to other people, and again, coming back to the idea of keeping up with the Joneses, not very helpful. The idea was like, oh, the Joneses got this, and now I need to go get something or better. I think there's even a bad thing out of Borat where it's like you know I get the window from a glass, he gets a window from a glass, and it's a big waste of our time because what we could have been doing in that time frame is kind of helping each other build up instead of trying to push each other down. So I think there's only two real ways to kind of showcase power, and one is to push people down to make sure you show your superiority, or two, to pull them up to your level and see if you can get anybody to get up further and get further along. So when someone doesn't bloom, it doesn't diminish their ability to grow. Just as the beauty of one flower doesn't lessen the beauty of another, your journey is not diminished by someone else's progress. So as we're working through our days, our weeks, our months, our years, as long as we're making progress for ourselves, the only one that we really need to be able to keep pace with is ourselves. So we can make sure that we're hitting the targets that we're kind of expecting, or at least gunning for those things. Because growth starts with care and consistency. Just like a flower, it needs water, sunlight, and nutrients. You need to nourish your mind, your body, your soul. So show up for yourself. Hit the gym, eat good food, um, give yourself a practice to keep you mentally engaged longer than you should, and give yourself an opportunity to bloom for an extended period of time and really help yourself get through it. So it's not so much of like trying to compete with another one in case of blooming. The idea is we all just want to get to that spot where we feel accomplished. And a lot of plants that are out there, the accomplishment is again to bloom and then reproduce and then basically spread more of that around. So hopefully this is something that can kind of help you. This might be something that kind of helps with this season, with it being a little bit darker. We just finished with the solstice. I think it was just the other day. Just the other day was the solstice. So we had the shortest day. So now every day is going to get a little bit longer, which is kind of a nice comparison in this regard. But just not going to go ahead and say that. I lost my train of thought on that one, but that's okay. We're just trying to do all these things in one take. I just want to be able to get stuff out into the world and have you do the best that you can for yourself. So if this helps you, amazing. If not, there's tons of other information out there that can. So give it your best shot and good luck.